videos or comments, Palestinian flag immediately censored by social media platforms. Posting videos mentioning the genocide being committed by apartheid Israelis, definitely censored, possibly removed. Posting videos showing...
So, Maddie, you're taking an issue with the fact that a lot of your stuff has been censored, as well it should be, because it's rhetoric that has caused situations like this person that set themselves on fire, therefore losing their life. And we're going to get to that just a little bit later on down the road here and on what I'm talking about. But in terms of the rhetoric and so forth. But what I want to talk about here is the fact that you're upset about a lot of these things that were said about this person that took their life. You're upset a lot about a lot of these things that you're claiming that are ostensibly happening, such as the thievery of land and all that. You've been to Israel more times than most American Jews. Therefore, you know exactly what the situation is in Israel, and you know that what you're saying is not true. Which makes what you're doing now even more nefarious, even more dangerous than the average person who really does not know, because they've never been there. You have. But let's get back to this person that decided to take their life by setting themselves on fire. You're upset and you have yourself all up in a huff because of some posts that were mocking the person. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something. When someone takes their life, now whether you're looking at it from a religious standpoint or a secular standpoint, suicide is not accepted in either standpoint, whether you're looking through a religious or a secular lens. So therefore, when you mock somebody because they did that, especially the way they did it, and especially after they put things up like this, give me a sec, I'm going to show you. Especially after the person who set themselves on fire put this up on one of their social media posts. It goes to show the type of thinking that they had in their mind. So yes, they were not thinking properly, or at least one would think, one would assume that they're not logically minded. Okay, but to mock someone that does something like that, or to mock somebody that wants to that took their own life in such a fashion, well, what you're doing is you are dissuading them from doing that, because that adds to it's kind of like telling somebody, listen, don't do that because this and this and this is going to happen. Well, listen, these people in their mind already have the martyr complex. Well, if you dissuade the public, unlike you guys made a martyr out of this person. Therefore, other people are going to want to follow suit. Other people are going to want to, and that's obviously not the thing to do. But you guys are wanting to make a martyr out of this person, doing more harm. But then again, your side embraces violence, embraces death. Although you want to claim that that Israel and Jews are wanting to kill people, no, well, you know it's not true, because you were in Israel when a terrorist attack happened. And you evidently didn't have a problem with the IDF when they were keeping you and everybody else safe when the terrorist attack was going down, right? Yeah, of course not. And you evidently didn't have an issue with the IDF when they were keeping you safe every other time you were in Israel. Of course you didn't. But let's go back to this picture here. Hang on. So this comment is still up. This comment is still up that you posted. And this is posted to a fellow Jew on October 8th, or therefore about either the 8th or the 9th, when they mentioned the fact that there were children who were murdered on October 7th over in Israel. The children were beheaded. There were children that were even put into ovens. And this is what you put up. That's what you put up right there. And this comment is still up. Now, that goes to show your frame of mind. Now, you want to go ahead and hide behind the whole, well, it's not true because of this and because of that, because of the IDF this and because of that. No, actually, Matt, because your guys, Hamas, videoed every single thing that they did. Not only that, but on October 8th, you were celebrating the fact that what you thought were Israelis at airports running away from a horrible situation. So you knew that something horrible had happened, and it's because you knew exactly that something to that magnitude had happened. Something to that magnitude had gone down. Something to that degree of horribleness had transpired to supposedly make people run to the airport. And well, obviously that wasn't the case. The airports were shut down because obviously October 7th was a terrorist attack. And the government shut down the airport because they didn't know if there were going to be other subsequent attacks following the heinous situation on October 7th. But anyway, going back to this is what you put up. This is, and mind you, X still has this up. You had other folks that were burned alive against their will. You had one of these guys talk about the infants, one of the infants who was burned alive in an oven. You had that ridiculous Momo talk about with or without baking powder. Now, that person is no longer here with us. IDF made sure of that. But that person made that comment. And you know what? That comment is still up. It's still up. Yeah. So you can take your little propaganda and stick it somewhere the sun don't shine. Because that's all it is. It's propaganda. Because your mindset is exactly here. You're wanting to have sympathy for someone that voluntarily took their own life. It goes to show the mindset of that person, obviously. As opposed to infants. Infants who were decapitated, burned alive. And other people were burned alive against their will. Against their will. Whatever helps you sleep at night, Matt.